Welcome back to season 2 of the Katie Wellness Show. I am back with more amazing tools, awesome interviews, and some great discussions to help you optimize your health, body, mind, and spirit. Not only can you use these tools every day, you can also teach them to your children and to your family members so that you can raise emotionally and physically resilient children, so that you can show up more in your life, that you can take back your personal power. Get ready to tap into your intuition. I'm so excited that you're here. You are worthy of health and of joy and of thriving in your motherhood, thriving in your life. Thank you for being here today. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode. I am excited to talk to you about something that is a little bit more on the energetic scale as far as healing comes. It is something that has helped me in my healing journey. And it's a way of asking my body what it needs in order to be supported, in order to be optimized in a moment when I may be in a flare up, or when my energy feels off, or when I feel like maybe I'm coming down with something, or I have a really stressful day ahead. This is a way that I can use to tap into that intuition, take a minute to just kind of slow down and really connect with my body and ask my body what it needs. This is something that I learned about in school as I was learning to be an emotional health educator and an emotional processing facilitator. This is when I learned about that system. And at the time, I was muscle testing very often for myself and for others. But even though I'm no longer testing as much as I was during that time, I find this still to be very accurate in helping point me to the thing that my body needs. It is called the 10 priority system. And I have to give all credit to the Institute of Healing Arts for teaching me about this system. And obviously, I have tweaked it to be more my style. But this is a service that I offer to those. It only takes about 10 minutes, and it's a way of teaching you to tap into your own body. So for a couple of sessions, I would do the testing, and then you learn how the testing works and the right questions to ask. So I'm going to go through it a little bit today of what you could expect during a 10 priority system consultation. So I start off very first. I don't even need any information of like what is going on, because your body energetically will give me the information that I need. So as long as I have your permission to muscle test, and a commitment from you to follow through, right? Because this is your body telling you what it needs. And if you're not willing to follow through, then that's telling your body that you don't take it seriously, or that you don't really care, or that you're not actually going to give it what it needs. And slowly over time, that leads to more like self-deception and loss of integrity. And it's harder for your body to give information if it's just going to feel ignored. Okay, so I start by obtaining permission from you to muscle test, and I get a commitment from you to follow through. And then I will muscle test in 10 different areas. That's why it's called 10 priority system. And I would start by asking your body energetically through muscle testing, how many priorities do you have right now? And like I said, I don't need any symptoms or any context, any background, because again, your body knows what it needs. It's very smart in knowing what it needs to heal. And some of these priorities do take a little bit more time. Some of them are easy or simple or don't require anything. Some of them do require like a trained professional's help in some of these things. The first area is structural. So do you need a massage or a chiropractor appointment? Do you need a foot zone? What can you do to help the structural system of your body? And maybe you have like a pulled muscle, or I use this priority system this priority system testing a lot when I have a flare up in my back, because I have a couple of like bulged or herniated discs. So this is one that I can use. Okay, what does my body need? Would a massage be best because it's going to loosen the muscles around it? Would a foot zone be best because it's going to open up those energy pathways? If you didn't listen to the foot zone interview that I did with Bree, go check that out. It was from a couple weeks ago, but she talks a lot more about how a foot zone will open the energy pathways, not necessarily to heal you, but so that you can have more energy flowing to those parts of your body. Maybe it will be, maybe if I'm in a flare up or structurally, maybe it's I just need to do a stretch or some yoga. Maybe one of the tools that I use a lot when I'm in a flare up, when my back is really hurting and feeling inflamed and kind of I have pain radiating up my back and radiating down my back, I use an inversion table, which basically I strap my feet in and I tip myself upside down and I allow gravity to kind of pull that vertebrae apart to kind of make space for that the disc. My chiropractor explains it kind of like an Oreo. My spine is compressed, and so the vertebrae acts kind of like the cookies of an Oreo, and the inside is being squished out, kind of like the middle of an Oreo. If you were to squeeze an Oreo on one end, it might push that creamy middle out the backside, and that creamy middle touches nerves, and that's what's causing the pain. So this is one of the things that helps sometimes in these instances when I'm having a flare up or when I'm feeling off or sick. The structural side can help my body to feel more relaxed. So my energy is flowing better. So structural is one of the things that we can test for. The second priority is exercise or rest, right? Because sometimes we may be pushing so hard that our body doesn't have time to heal and recover, especially for those with autoimmune diseases who have frequent flare-ups. It can be very common that once we start exercising, we can have a negative reaction where our body just goes totally inflamed. And if you have an autoimmune disease, like, you know what I'm talking about, that you go for a walk, which should be fine, but maybe you pushed it a little bit too hard, or you were walking too many heels and you come back and you have shin splints, or you have really sore, achy muscles, and it's like 3 or 4 or more days before you can feel recovered enough to continue exercising. So sometimes our bodies do need rest. Sometimes we need higher aerobics, or we need to lean into other types of exercise. And I'll test for 10 or 15 different things that your body is asking for. Maybe it's circuit training, or maybe it's going for a bike ride, going for a walk, doing team sports versus doing personal, doing a class versus at home, weights, no weights, in water, on land, so many different options. Or if we need rest, what is it that is going to help you feel most rested? Do we need to check for sleep? Do we need to help you get better sleep? And is this through a nap? Is it through a vacation? Is it through what other avenues can help you feel rested? And do we need to support specific body parts that help with sleep, like your adrenal glands or your blood? Are you feeling really tired because you're low on iron? And we can talk about ways to boost that. The third thing that we test for is nutrition deficiencies or allergies. Are you eating something that is causing more harm than good? Are you eating something that is blocking nutrient absorption from something that you need more? And for getting really specific on this one, I do recommend a hair scan, because it tests over 800 factors to know if your body is getting the nutrients that it needs, if it's able to absorb those nutrients, and also what systems within your body need to be supported more in order for all of your body to be working together. So the 10 priority system, I feel like, targets your energetic body, but it can help with your physical body. I feel like the hair scan focuses more on the physical body, but we do incorporate energetic or emotional aspects in the protocol. So it depends on what you feel like your body needs. And honestly, I feel like until you can learn to recognize that your energetic body needs to be healed, your physical body is never going to heal. It really does take both. It takes physical healing, mental healing, emotional or energetic healing in order for your body to thrive and to really be well, instead of relying on supplements or relying on medications to quote unquote fix your body. And there are instances, I will say, there are instances where maybe certain body parts are no longer working. We've lived in high stress or certain conditions long enough that those body systems are now offline. And so now we require either a medication or a supplement in order for our bodies to produce that hormone or to produce that enzyme or those types of things. So when looking at nutritional deficiencies or allergies, these are things that we can muscle test for. And we can test for specific nutrients, minerals, amino acids, fibers, green. We can test if you need more water. We can test if certain foods in your diet are contributing to depression or anxiety or sleep disorders or stress. We can check all those things. We can also check for food allergies. Obviously, we check the top 10 things like dairy, gluten, soy, eggs, fish. That's only 5, but I can't think of the rest right now. But we can check all of those, but we can also check environmental allergies, pollen, fungus, mold, dust, plants. We can test to see if specific supplements or medications are having more negative effects than they are having positive. So, like I said, this is a really in-depth prioritizing system that genuinely asks your body. It taps into your body's energetic system to give us more dialed in information. The fourth category is to cleanse. Do you need a spiritual cleanse, an emotional cleanse? What is causing your energetic body to be stopped up? And is it your energetic body? Are you having constipation issues? Is it because of a lack of energy to that area? Is it because of certain foods or lifestyle choices? Is that where you hold stress? Do you hold stress in your gut? Are you not eating the right types of foods? Is there a parasite issue? Are you holding on to things that no longer serve you? That can also be a big emotional root of constipation. So we ask these different questions of your body, and maybe you don't know the answer, but subconsciously, our minds are so amazing. Our subconscious mind blocks or purposefully forgets certain things. Our conscious mind blocks or forgets certain things out of protection, but our subconscious mind is always aware. We also can test for emotional things or generational patterns. Sometimes we experience things in our lives that are a result from generational beliefs or patterns or habits that started with our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, generations down the line, things that are blocking healing. And, it's kind of a buzzword talking about generational trauma and breaking generational ties. it's sometimes, and I don't know whether it's technically falling on our generation to do this thing, or if we just feel responsible, or if we're just done with carrying other people's crap, that we're like, nope, I am only going to be responsible for my stuff. This can help you know, oh yeah, I do have some generational stuff that I'm carrying around. And one way specifically that I have found to be incredibly helpful for getting rid of some of this generational energetic blocks is through emotional processing. This is another service that I offer. It is incredibly healing to help you recognize the patterns in your life that are keeping you stuck. It is incredibly helpful for helping to train your brain to look at stress and respond to stress differently. It is incredibly helpful for helping you to recognize what coping mechanisms are no longer working and allows your brain space to discover a new way or to create a new way, that you don't have to feel triggered by certain things anymore, that feeling triggered and acting in a way that you used to act or that you currently act, you recognize is no longer helping. So we do the emotional processing session. It's a one-on-one session where I walk you through specific experiences from your past, and it doesn't have to be in depth or detail. It's a lot of visualization exercises, but then I just ask you questions on things that were happening at that time and what beliefs were created, and is this working for you? Is it not working for you? What do you gain by doing this? What do you have to give up by doing this? Right? And I do it in a very organic, conversation oriented way. We do role playing during an emotional processing session. And many people, the benefits that I've experienced is I feel lighter. I feel more authentic. I feel like I have the ability to say no in an honest way, which is honoring myself, my integrity. I'm not constantly putting my needs on the back burner putting my needs at the expense of making sure everyone else is happy, making sure everyone else is taken care of, making sure there's no one is disappointed or no one is frustrated with me, making sure that everyone still likes me, right? When we do that, it's a way of not showing up for ourselves. It's a way of making sure our needs don't get met. And so having an emotional processing session has been key in helping me to heal my emotional body, which has also helped me to heal my physical body as well. We also can test for vibrations. What vibrations are disrupting our body's energy? What electrical systems are disrupting our body? Are there ways that we can support our body through aromatherapy, like essential oils? Can we use them in massage? Can we inhale them or diffuse them? Do we need to take a bath with them? And the last thing that we test is spiritual. And it doesn't have to be, I don't force my beliefs on you. And maybe you don't believe in God per se. But is there a higher power? Do you believe in a higher power? Do you believe that someone who is all knowing loves you and can help you with some of your issues? For me, I believe that I have a loving Heavenly Father who knows me, who loves me, who wants the best for me. He sees me going through trials and he is there to support me. Not that he sends me trials because I have been bad or because he's going to teach me a lesson, right? Like I don't subscribe to that belief. I know that he's there, that he listens to my prayers. And this is my own personal beliefs, but however your beliefs are regarding spirituality, regarding a belief in a higher power, we test for that as well. And then if if a medical professional needs to be involved in whatever we're working with energetically, like I said at the beginning, I don't have to know specifics of what your symptoms are or what you're dealing with, that your body will present the information that you need most. But if a medical professional needs to be involved, we can include that testing as well. So the 10 priority system is truly amazing. It helps really hone in on what your body needs in the moment during, like I said, a stressful time, a flare up, if you're feeling off or starting to feel sick at all. If you just need direction in your life, maybe you feel kind of lost, or maybe you don't have any goals right now, you can use this to help you set goals. So what a great time as we get closer to the end of the year. During Christmas time, it's kind of not as common, but I know a lot of people between Christmas and New Year's really take time to reflect on the year and kind of plan out their future year. This is an amazing tool that you could use to help set the intention for the coming year of ways that you can help your body truly thrive, that your energetic body gets the chance to gets the attention that it needs, which sometimes we kind of forget about it because we're so focused on the physical symptoms, which are messages from our body, whether it's messages of needing spiritual help or emotional help or physical help. Symptoms are our body's messengers of saying, hey, I need something. The 10 priority system is a way of saying, hey, this is what your body is asking for specifically. This is how we can help it. Whew, that was kind of a lot of information, but the 10 priority system is such a cool tool to use at any time. And like I said, as we work together one-on-one in these, 10 to 15 minute sessions, you can get specific answers to what your body needs. We don't even have to meet in person. Like, I don't have to see your face. It's something we can do over the phone. As long as I have your permission to test and as long as I have your commitment to follow through, I can give you, 1, 2, 3, 10 priorities, which I think 10 is way too many. I don't recommend doing more than 3 priorities at a time. And then we give very specific, concrete, actionable, doable things that you can do to help your body heal, to help your energetic body, to help your physical body. If you are interested in having a 10 priority test done or in doing an emotional processing session, in the show notes is a link to my calendar. My calendar is not super consistently available. So if you look on there and you don't see any times that you're available, then just send me an email. You can do that also in the show notes below. And let's find a time to work together. These resources have been so valuable to me as a mom, as a human being, as a wife, as a friend. And I want you to receive the same benefits from them as well, so that you can tune into your body, that you can really notice the benefits of the work that you're putting in. I think that's really important, that we see improvement when we're doing these things to help us stay motivated to keep going. Well, thank you guys for tuning in today, and I can't wait to talk to you next week.